We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 12 p.m. sent out a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support here and breaking through key resistance levels. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Netflix spot. Our Netflix spot at 12:05 p.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the dip area to the rip area in today's volatility. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, back under a bull indicator at the 512.90 area. It used that area as support in the live action before coming back up to retest the highs of the day of 516 and get back above that key level that I talked about in yesterday's video as a key resistance of 515, 517, and now it's breaking out here and holding itself up above 518. Not that far off of where the bear indicator popped up at the 520 level. That's going to be something to not ignore now that it's been canceled, right? That resistance, which we're going to break down the key levels I would watch and what's going on with the inflows in just a moment. Now, the QQQ was going up as well. All day full strength here on a bull indicator at 437. Broke above where that bear indicator popped up at 442. And also Tesla running up here at a crucial support level here of 170 and pushing back up towards 175. You have Apple here running up all day. One of the strongest moves that we've seen in the last several days and weeks. You could see that bull indicator strong here at 168. Finally broke back above 172, and it broke out even above the 173.50 area, and it is fighting here to try to stay above 175, right? It's really close to it here in the after hours at 174.94, and you have Netflix here running up and continuing that strength of a bull indicator that popped up at the 614 level yesterday and trying to get back above the resistance here of 630. Not that far off of it in the after hours. So lots of stocks here under bull indicators, full strength there, and also the SPY. I will be watching those levels very closely. Now, here we have the SPY on the 30-minute looking strong, and on the 1 hour, a bull indicator popped up as well. Full transition from the dip area to multiple rip areas at today's levels and in the after hours, and a bull indicator popped up at the 514.60 area, canceling out that bear indicator from the 521.50 level. So definitely something to not overlook here. There's strength here on the 1 hour again, starting a staircase effect, and inflows will need to follow to justify this move, right? We talked about how outflows had been dominating in the last 2 days, and we're going to break down what's going on with those inflows here on the 1 hour in today's video. Now, when we zoom into the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see some of the chop here, but at the end, a bull indicator ended up dominating here, canceling out that last bear indicator, and the bull indicator popped up at the 514.90 area. I would just round that up to 515. That resistance was broken through 517, and here it is trying to form a staircase effect. Now, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflows and break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY stock, the SP 500 index, with inflow starting to dominate here in the second half of the day. In the first half, you could see those outflows dominating within the chop, but as things started to look stronger, those inflows crossed over, and they're holding up here, even though it's red and slightly pulled down at 1.93 positive inflows, right? Above the midpoint, holding this up. That's why things have not completely collapsed, because these outflows have not crossed the midpoint to the downside, even though it's red. But it is something I will be watching going into the rest of these after hours and into tomorrow's volatility if these outflows continue, because it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts. Now, when we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could see how inflows finally crossed back up and actually held itself up above the midpoint and pushed upwards, hitting highs here of 6.36, 6.4, and now, even though it's slightly red and sitting at positive 4.91, it is some of the highest inflows that we've seen in the last several days and weeks, and it started to reflect that strength pretty quickly into these charts, and key resistance levels were tested. Those inflows here on the 1 hour were going to be crucial, followed by a bull indicator and a full transition happen so far, right? Starting that staircase effect in the bigger picture and within these charts. Now, when we zoom into the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see here within that chop how the outflows are trying to dominate here again in the after hours in the volatility, but it is still above the midpoint at 0.13 positive. It's really close there, and it's trying to hold itself up at these higher levels above 518. Now, if these outflows cross over to the downside, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts, and if that weakness rolls over into the 30-minute, pulling it downwards, the first support I'll be watching is 515, and then below that is the 513 level. Now, if both of those get broken through, the next level I'll be watching is 510. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to come back up, pull away from the midpoint, continue this staircase effect here on the 15-minute, and roll that strength over into the 30-minute and 1 hour, switching it from red to green. And the first resistance is 520. Then above that is 523. And then I'll be watching the 525 area. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial. And the inflow versus outflows are really close to the midpoint here and red. And they need to stay above to further justify this move and this setup so far of a staircase effect forming here in the bigger picture. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.